platonically profound way of you help me, I help you. We help each other because we need the village. The village needs us. And I've always had strong, amazing women in my life. I'm very grateful for that. And that's the cool part about having a large village, is to people to have, bounce ideas off of. And women have some of the most profound ideas. I just think we're so great. So I remember when Beyonce's Run the World came out. My son is the oldest, and I have 3 girls after him. And he wanted to be a girl so bad, because he's like, you guys have cool songs. You're so empowered. Women are so amazing. Like, he didn't have any other like super profound men that he was just like, yeah, guys are awesome. It was just such a female empowerment time of like life. And who runs the world? Girls, of course. Duh. Like, who wouldn't want to be that? I get it. So thank you. Shout out to Beyonce for making sure we all feel good about ourselves always. But that's what I want to do as well in my median. So while I cannot, because these knees got tore up from the 99 and the 2000s, you hear me? She had to get low a few times, okay, during that time period. But the knees are not kneeing the way they used to, so I cannot do the Beyonce, can't do on stage. I don't have the stamina or the time, child, or the pipes. I can sing, but not while I'm walking, dancing, squatting, twirling. It's not going to happen. But I can sit here and talk to you about my experiences and empower you with education and information that makes sense. So if any of you have questions, please definitely put them in the chat. Definitely put your questions in the chat. Even if you get this live as a replay, please, please, please send me your questions. You can even inbox me your questions, because I will answer them on the next episode, which will just be Tuesday and or Thursday at 3:00 PST, because I'll be here. I know this is an odd time for a lot of people because people are working and doing things, but so am I. This is the only time that I have to be able to do this, and I want to ensure that I'm consistent. So, at 3:00, whatever you're doing, stop what you're doing, come join me on these lives so that we can share some great time together. So let's talk about trauma. A lot of people have been through a lot of different things, and they have not necessarily had the support that they desire to get through the difficulties of life. I, for one, went through a lot of trauma as a young child. As a young girl, I was violated many, many times by many different people. I talk about this in my book, How to Deal with Your Baby Daddy, because it's a lot of the reasons why I made a lot of the decisions about love and relationship that I did when I was younger. And I air quote that because that's not what those things were. They were situationships, as they call them nowadays, that were based on my trauma, based on what I knew of love at that time. I didn't have self-esteem. I did not have self-worth. I did not have adults guiding me towards that, because I have a very large extroverted personality. Especially when I was younger, I was unfiltered completely. And I rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, because energy like mine is not to be contained or bottled. And that is literally the goal of every adult in my life, or was the goal of every adult in my life when I was a child. So as a result, I had many traumatic issues and instances that happened to me as a kid that went unnoticed, uncared for, undealt with, because no adult around me had the capacity to support me through those situations. So me as an adult, I am overly excited and supportive of women, because I know what it's like to be a girl and not have that. And a lot of women, girls, turn into women who are still unhealed from their trauma because they never had access to a healed adult divinity that is your femininity. This is why everybody wants to be like us, because it is so sacred and beautiful to be divinely feminine, to be born as the birthplace of everything. Literally, women are so amazing. I want to gush over you guys because I just love women. And I say all that to say, by the time I was 23, and I even had an inkling that I wanted to chase self-esteem, I still didn't get it until after I was like 28, 29, when I started to take myself seriously enough to really work on myself. And I want to say I was about 35. I was 35 years old, where I was mad at my husband. I was mad at my children. And I said, I'm leaving. I'm getting the hell out of here. You guys don't appreciate me. And I need to remember who the hell I am. Like, who are you? You're not just a mom. You're not just a wife. You're not just a worker. You're not just a business owner. You're not just a friend. You're not just an auntie. Who is Tahera? And who the hell is Tahera Rene Christy? Because that sounds like a brand. Like, dropped everything. I went to Puerto Vallarta for 3 days because I said, how far away could I get in 3 days? Because I know my husband has to work, that I can just take care of me. And I cried, I sang, I danced, I laughed, I journaled. I stayed in a hotel. I went to the beach. I didn't go out for tequila or dancing or anything. I literally just reminded myself my own divine femininity. I wrote down 20 goals that I accomplished in the last 10 years of my life. Things I hadn't even thought of, things I had forgot about, things that I didn't think were a big deal, but I wrote them all down. And I really appreciated how it helped me to see myself as human and worth mercy and grace that I provided to others. Oh, but giving it to myself, the literal hardest thing for me to do. And that is such an odd mindset now that I'm fully healed. But I remember, and I'm not alone. I know so many people, and especially women, who burden themselves with being a great wife or being a great girlfriend or being a great daughter or being a great friend. We forget ourselves or lose ourselves in that. And then you have the other side of women who are complete narcissists, focused only on themselves, cannot see others, but that even that is rooted in trauma that has been unhealed from things that we have experienced in our past that haven't allowed us to see ourselves for who we actually are, who we truly want to be. We're being who we think people want us to be. And these people could care less about us. So we have to reprioritize ourselves. We have to see ourselves as our creator created us to be, which is divine and beautiful and wonderful. Even our mistakes are learning opportunities for us to do it again the next time. Every day is an opportunity to do something amazing. And if you wake up with that mindset, you're not only going to bless yourself with how awesome you are, that reduces no filters, no worries, no cares, but reminding yourself of who you are, how divinely perfect you were made for your purpose, will motivate you and inspire you to not only see yourself like that wherever you go, put your shoulders back a little bit farther, keep your head up just a little bit higher, but it will attract the goodness that you want out of life. All the rich people on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube will tell you the same thing. You can make all this money. All you got to do is attract it. But then people are like, but how? I don't feel good. I'm depressed. I don't have a man. My kids are crazy. I got all these problems. And then they start listing all the negative. You are attracting the negative because guess what the universe could care less about? Your morality and what you meant to say. The universe only cares about what you put out into it. So if you're a horrible person and you're like, I want to be a millionaire, I deserve money. Money comes my way. My bank account refills itself. Something goes out, something comes back in. I am divinely and perfectly made for my purpose. Guess what? The universe hears that and they're like, yeah, you're right. Let me add some things to that because you've put it out there. And the moment you stop doing those things, you become stagnant or you forget or you don't do the work. The universe it'll give you whatever. But when you're specific, the universe will give you specifically what you've asked for. I have done it so many times. And one of the things, as a person who's done stand-up comedy before and is a comedian and hilarious in my own right, my level of sarcasm hurt me for a very long time. Because me saying, "Ooh, girl, you getting a little thick." Oh, I could not keep weight off of me because I'm over here joking, saying it funny, but I'm actually telling my mental space and my spiritual space to, oh yeah, you are a little thick. You probably should eat something. Eat some more again. He goes, and I tell people all the time, listen to me, don't listen to me. It is completely up to you. But I know that my authenticity attracts people and my purpose is the reason they stay because you can see it. I don't have to, I'm not here to wine you, dine you, and I'm not even here to sell you anything. My goal is to utilize the gifts God has given me to empower others to see that gift in themselves.